You're listening to Lone Star Internet Radio. We're back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Welcome back. It's 8:58 here on IRLoneStar.com. Hope you're enjoying this kind of recovering gloomy, same gloomy as yesterday.
It's colder today.
We
got the cold front come through, and
this
it's
morning.
dropped the temperature down, and the motorbike stayed in the garage this morning.
Let's do the Lone Star weather report while we're talking about this.
Okay.
33 degrees outside, folks. Humidity's around 78%. You know what the dew point was this morning?
Let me guess.
Okay.
60?
No, 27.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very low.
Those golfers are freezing today. Today, weather forecast.
Freezing their balls off.
Yeah, exactly. 20% chance of showers before noon. Mostly cloudy, then gradually becoming sunny with a high near 49. There's a high of 49 today. Man, those balls are going to be cold. Mostly clear with a low around 31.
They'll be dropping faster,
Later
which
on
means
tonight.
you need to take a bigger swing.
Yeah, that's right. Now, we probably scare V here. We do have the Texas Renaissance Festival in the studio.
It's all right. We don't bite, promise.
Now, this is a great opportunity to have these folks in. I guess first we should formally say good morning to Vee Brauner.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning,
Are you
ma'am.
been enjoying yourself so far?
Yes, I have. Very interesting conversation here.
Oh, yeah. Like a child.
Take a Texan and an Australian. What do you get?
Yeah.
You know, that's
Cold balls. And then, but what's funny is Valentine's Day was last weekend, and a lot of people don't realize, and it's not on the campgrounds, but it's in the festival grounds.
That's correct.
That you hold weddings, ceremonies, and then you can also do receptions too.
That's correct.
And a lot of
and
people didn't know this.
proposals.
And proposals. We learned that today. So we're going to
Yeah.
kind of talk. Do you mind we talk a little bit about what goes into this kind of thing? Because one thing, folks, if you've never been to the Texas Renaissance Festival, you need to go this year.
Absolutely.
Because there's always something
Just
going on.
beware of the traffic.
Well, you can solve that. You just got to be patient.
Yeah.
But there's always something different every time I go, and you never see everything. And that's one thing most people don't realize is that y'all have weddings there. And think about a creative way to get married, to propose there, and also host your wedding. Because imagine sending your invitation to your grandmother, and she's like, "Where is this place?" And then she shows up, and she's like, "What is going on here?" So I think it's a pretty cool place. If you don't mind, if you tell me a little bit about what goes into a wedding at the Texas Renaissance Festival. First, you got to get married or find somebody to marry, right?
Yes, that's correct. And that's a lot of misconception about the festival. A lot of when people do see the weddings going on, they think it's part of the show, part of an act. They don't realize
I can believe
that
that.
it is a
too.
real
Yeah.
wedding. So a lot of people want to walk in and watch. And so we just start off with, we have tours so potential brides can come out and take a look at the venue. We hold those in June, July, August, and September.
Oh, wow.
And one per month. And so they just need to either call in or email us and sign up for the tour. We walk through the whole festival. It's kind of their rehearsal for the day. So they can see where they're supposed to go and how everything is going to go for the day.
And we've talked about this before. You don't actually have to be in costume either. You could just wear what you would normally wear if you're getting married somewhere else.
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
Yes. So
Yep.
we have a lot of brides that are in traditional wedding dresses, and most of the time the grooms are in some form of costume, but last year I had several in, suits and tuxedos, and so it's a beautiful, magical place to have a wedding. The venue is just amazing. The packages are great. I think they're very economical.
No, you mentioned a horse and carriage. I see horse and carriages all the time at the Renaissance Festival. Are those involved in the packages?
Yes, with 2 of our packages, and then the other 2 packages, it can be added to their, if they wanted to do a smaller package and build on it, so we can customize.
Oh, cool.
So they would start off the day of coming in the festival, the bride would, and we have a dressing room where they kind of hang out, get dressed, for like an hour and a half. Then the guard would show up and escort them to one of our main stages where the carriage waits for them. And then they have like their own mini parade. They get the bagpiper, they get festival characters to lead them to their venue of their choice.
See, what I'm thinking, this sounds really great for the bride because she likes all that kind of stuff. Now for the groom, what kind of things? Like I'm thinking the after party.
Yes.
That's
so
what I'm thinking.
Typically, we hope
You would.
the groom is at the ceremony site waiting for his intended.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
So then they can get in the carriage after the ceremony is over and ride through the park before they go to the reception. Or if they choose not to do a reception, they can just go throughout the festival and watch the shows.
Wouldn't that be cool? Hey, I got married, and then you're in line for getting turkey leg.
Right.
Isn't that, I like that idea.
Or at one of the taverns where you can just sit in there on a stool around all the different people walking around in costume and things like that are there. Yeah.
Just imagine the wedding pictures. I'm not like thinking about this. So
yeah.
you get married, and you're like, all right. So the reception, that you do offer reception and food, correct? So
Yes.
could you do like the Renaissance food, like
Yes,
the turkey
we-
legs and all that kind of cool
yes,
stuff?
you sure can.
And the mead.
And this, I'm saying now, like
Yeah, oh yeah.
the mead, the beer, the wine.
That's
The
really
mead's,
cool.
The mead's good.
I've had it before.
Yeah, me
Well,
too.
it's because I remember correctly, the wedding garden is right next to the German garden.
Yes, one of our reception areas is the New Market Arbor, which is close to all
Wait,
the
you have multiple
chapels.
locations you can get married? Is
There,
that what you're saying?
there are 5 different
What?
ceremony venues.
I always thought there was one, and it looked really cool. It had vines all over it, and I was like, man, that's a really neat little place.
That's the King's Chapel. Then that will seat up to 90 people. Then we have the Rose Garden, which will seat 150 people.
What?
The English
Where's
Garden.
that?
That's directly behind the one that looks like the chapel with the vines on it.
Okay. See, I don't even know. I think that's okay. I'm getting flashbacks, folks, to this. It's so big.
It's a
and
huge
it's so
place.
cool.
Yeah.
One thing, what I want to do is I want to tell people textrenfest.com. So if you're on a computer right now and you want to check more about what we're talking about, they have a map and everything on there.
Yes.
So
They're on Facebook too.
and on Facebook and Twitter and all that cool stuff, but textrenfest.com. So you can there's 5 locations, and what's the maximum capacity?
200 for the English Garden.
Okay.
And then we have 120 at the Basilica.
Okay.
And then the Water Garden will seat 30 people.
Oh, that's nice. That's more my
Cozy.
style.
So a range of...
Cozy.
Because what I would do is I would have 30 people sitting, and then I would invite like 200, and be like, hey, you can just go around the festival and just wait for us. And that's what I would.
You could have a private ceremony, for family, and then just go to the reception, open the reception to...
Oh, so the reception hall is like a completely different place, and it's private.
Yes,
say?
it is
Okay.
private, tinted. We have 2. One will hold up to like 150 seated at one time, and the other one can hold up to like 400.
See, I can't. The weird thing is now when I go, I'm gonna think people are getting married all the time because they probably are, and I'm like, all right, is this a wedding party or is this is this an act or?
I can guarantee you every weekend this season there will be a wedding going on. We are just...
I want to ask like, what's the craziest story, but I feel like that's not gonna work. There's gotta be some great stories, Tony. There's some.
I'm sure there is.
That place is such a cool. It's such a cool time to go there, especially with your family. Like just thinking about people getting married there and the after party there. That's crazy. Okay.
And I'm sure a lot of them continue in the campgrounds and continue their celebration as well.
Now, with these packages you're talking about, I want to know where I can find more information about this stuff.
If you go to our website,
Okay.
textsprinfest.com,
I'm there.
There is a special events tab at the top.
Okay.
And if you scroll down, you'll see weddings.
Oh, cool.
And it'll show photos of all the venues and list all the packages and the prices.
Now, can I hire somebody to marry me so I can go through this?
Sure.
See, look at that. Isn't that great? Yeah, we'll get someone over there, some damsel in distress. What do you think, Tony?
sure we
Would you
can find
come? Would you
someone
come
for
to
you.
my mock wedding?
Come to your mock wedding.
Yeah.
Sure. Absolutely.
So,
Can't
folks,
wear the armor now though. I haven't got it anymore.
oh, well, we can
So,
figure
yeah,
figure
yeah,
something
out of luck
out.
with that,
We can
mate.
just roll around in the mud, and then like he's part of it. So textrenfest.com /weddings. Actually, that's the full URL to go to see more information about packages. It sounds like an overall complete event. Like if you want to get married, you're a one-stop shop.
Yes. Yes, it's all inclusive. We will handle the flowers. We have our minister there. The wedding music, the reception music. It's just an all-inclusive, and the price is really unbelievable.
Now, can you get that more of that minstrel kind of music, the folklore kind of?
It is Renaissance type music. You can request a certain style, and we'll
I
do
really
our
like
best.
bar songs. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
What's the correct word for that? would describe that kind of
Taverns,
singing?
tavern
Tavern music. I really like that kind of stuff.
We used to make sure that when we were running the game server years ago, we had the right sort of music playing when you walked into the tavern as you opened the door and up.
That's a big deal. Great atmosphere.
Yeah.
And because the atmosphere at the Renaissance, I'm telling you, this is the craziest thing. I mean, I can't believe people do it, but it makes sense to do it. And that's what I mean. Like, it's everything's there, and you really get. I bet a lot of people get really into it.
They do.
And it's a lot of fun. I'm saying the photography is going to be great because you can imagine all the photos you're taking with all these people and like all these things are going on. That's great.
You need to be careful around there though if you see some of the things you see around the Renaissance Festival.
So Renaissance Festival opens October 11th and it goes all the way through November 30th.
Actually, it's October 10th and November 29th.
Okay, so one day off. Sorry about that, folks. I never get the right thing ever.
Yeah.
But this sounds like a lot of fun. TexRenFest.com/weddings. Is there anything else like people really need to know? Because it sounds like you're a one-stop shop, and then also y'all could be bare bones. So it's like, oh, you just want to have the ceremony, or you want to have the reception. I don't know anyone that would have a ceremony somewhere else and have a reception. Has that happened before?
Yes, I have done that a few times. So
never mind, I'm an idiot.
Maybe they're trying to compromise with family, or they've gone and done a destination wedding, but they want to come back and celebrate with their friends.
Oh, yeah.
So they'll do their reception there.
Because the idea of going to the Renaissance Festival after it's all done feels like the perfect gift to everybody. Like, hey, we'll pay for everyone's ticket to go to the Renaissance Festival afterwards. So if I went to a wedding, that's an incentive for me. It's like, oh, hey, come join us at the Renaissance Festival. I was like, hell yeah, I want to come and join at the Renaissance Festival. I probably wouldn't even go to the wedding. I'd probably just go to the Renaissance Festival.
Well, and all the shows and all the entertainment that you can get at that cost.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't get all of that entertainment.
It sounds very unique, too.
It is.
Like I said, the tavern songs. That's got to be. I would have to find somebody to bust out singing songs for me. I think. I'd like to join.
I'm sure we could do that.
To join too.
Well, we've got a war song now that we wrote. We just wrote a new war song. That'll go down pretty well in the tavern.
Okay.
Yeah, did I play that one?
No, not yet. The heavy metal one?
No, it's not heavy metal. Good grief,
he's
man.
He's a musician, if you didn't know that.
It's a medieval folk song.
That's what I'm talking about.
But
it's so cool.
It's up-tempo, though, so it's
all right.
Good for tavern.
Now, I know talking price, you have prices on the website.
Correct.
So everything is there, pretty self-explanatory. It sounds like you have you give bride and grooms a lot of options. And is there anything special you want to say proposals? We were even talking about proposals.
Yeah.
Because you can do proposals there.
Yes. Last year we created 2 packages. One would be at the Joust Arena. So you would be escorted across the arena and sit on the reviewing stand with the king and the queen, or king or queen.
If they're having a dispute, it's understandable.
Well, sometimes they have different things that they have to be at, and they can't always be together. So he or she, either way, can propose and then watch the joust while they're drinking champagne and eating chocolate-covered strawberries. And then after the joust is over, then the carriage is waiting for them to take them through a ride, the festival.
So let's skip the web page for a second. What sort of prices do these things start at?
So for that proposal package is $500. Mm-hmm. And then we have a smaller $300 package where they can propose in the water garden with the fairies. Then for the wedding packages, it ranges from $1,500. That would be for the bride and the groom and 7 guests, their tickets, they get their ceremony. Value. And then up to $7,500, which would cover the bride, the groom, and 50 guests. And that covers your tickets, your reception, the meal.
Oh, wow.
The carriage, the wedding music, the reception music, the festival characters. So it's a great value for that cost.
Yeah, very comparable to just getting a hall and having it catered. Really.
Tavern songs.
But
and winches.
We have to have tavern songs and winches.
And winches. I'm getting married and we're just going to be winches.
And they've got those great dresses, the uplifting ones.
So much trouble. So much trouble.
So my job now is to find you a bride, right?
No, the job now
he's already got that.
I need to get a list of who's getting married there, and I need to become friends with them before the wedding so I can get invited. That's what I need to do.
Wedding crasher.
Yeah, so this guy just keeps showing up.
This random dude
Can you imagine
to our
crashing a wedding at
man.
the Renaissance Festival?
Yeah.
I think you could get away with it.
You
But don't
probably
do it,
could.
folks. But you could probably get away. No, I'm just kidding. It sounds like so much fun. So TexasRenFest.com. You can get. I can't believe you can propose there. See, to me, that's kind of neat in front of all those people. And I mean,
we're
that's-
fitting quite well, especially around the jousting arena. If you've never been there, if you do get a chance to go, you should go and see this. But the jousting is amazing. They have a lot of fun because the guys doing the jousting are usually quite good characters as well. They put on a really good show.
They are amazing.
So it's a good thing to go
I
and see.
like booing them.
Well,
You know what I'm saying? They
booing
stink.
and cheering, yeah.
There's children there though, so you can't really curse or anything.
No.
But I want to throw stuff at them, like cabbage.
Rotten tomatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they tell us to boo the other team and
Yeah, they do.
other countries, and I'm like, all right, death to the other country. You know, and I get really into it. It's so much fun.
I can imagine you getting right into that. Yeah.
It's great. It's a great time. So it's October 10th through November 29th.
Correct.
The regular hours are 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. Is that right?
Yes.
And then fireworks, right? You have fireworks. You have fireworks this year. Do you know? I know that's not your area of information, but
Yes, the fireworks signal the end of the day.
yeah. See, they have fireworks. I mean, this is cool. And so TexasRenFest.com for all your weddings and proposal needs. V, thank you so much for coming in. And
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun figuring this stuff out because, like I said, you always learn something different with the
Yeah.
Texas Renaissance Festival over in Magnolia. So we're gonna get back to the music. We're gonna take a music break here on Lone Star Internet Radio with Dick and Tony. We are going to be featuring, we have about 45 minutes to the Mark and Cindy show. We're going to be featuring Amazon music for the next 45 minutes after this song. We are taking song requests. Any type of song you want to hear, we're going to give it a try. But if we don't like it, we're going to let you know.
Oh, yeah.
So don't be afraid,
Be
but
prepared.
also be afraid of
Be afraid.
Be afraid of us.
Be really
so
afraid.
you're listening to Lone Star Internet Radio. Here's Maddie Dean. March 7th is coming up the Texas Independence Festival, supporting Caden's Hope in downtown Conroe. She's going to be featured there. $10 getting in the door. More information, call me, 936-647-3776. This is Maddie Dean with Storm Chaser.
Door slams, he walks.
Lone Star Internet Radio is now bringing you the weekly business hour show each Monday morning at 11 a.m. My name is Rick Schissler and I will be your host. Each week we will be bringing you local, area, and national business news that you can use. The program will also feature an interview with a local or national business person who will share their own experiences, successes, and failures in operating their businesses. Our show is for anyone who already owns a business, whether they work solo or have employees, and for those who are thinking about starting their own businesses. A bit of information about myself. Again, my name is Rick Schissler, and I am a Silver Fox advisor who has over 40 years experience as a serial entrepreneur. As a part of our show, I will offer some advice and encouragement on our monthly topic, and I will take your questions by email at rschissler@silverfox.org or call into the station at 936-647-3776. See you on the radio Monday at 11 a.m. for the weekly business hour.
Imagine a new mother has just delivered her first child, and doctors decide to transport him to the neonatal intensive care unit of a specialty children's hospital 90 miles away. A young couple's world has just turned upside down, and now they have to find a hotel for the next 2 months. Caden's Hope can help. Caden's Hope focuses on alleviating the unexpected financial burden associated with last-minute travel, hotel arrangements, air travel for out-of-town family, gasoline, credit cards, parking, groceries, and the list is endless. And all while worrying about the medical condition of their newborn child. Caden's Hope grew out of the very real-life struggles and financial hardships faced by a young couple in California. A bed to sleep in, food to eat, parking, and other essential daily needs. You can help by joining Caden's Hope and providing a tax-deductible contribution. Your generous support, when added to others, will help a family remain overnight near the hospital in a warm, safe hotel close to their child. To learn more, please visit cadenshope.org. Caden's Hope, providing hope in the midst of trial.
That was Maddie Dean right there, 919. She's a Montgomery girl. That's just down the street. You're listening to Dick and Tony in the mornings with Lone Star.
Yes,
We're
good
gonna
morning
have to
again.
extend this visit by V.
We are.
And we do have a caller, and Charlotte. Charlotte, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Good
All
morning,
right, we
Charlotte.
got her. Good morning, Charlotte. Yes, and we're talking about getting married at the Texas Renaissance Festival in Magnolia, and we have V, who is the wedding coordinator, and then we also have Charlotte on the line. She called during our break, and she informed me that she's getting married there. Is that right?
No. I actually already got married there in
already, so
October,
we have
and
an
it was fantastic.
Okay, tell me your favorite moment besides getting married, the boring part.
No, there was no boy. I mean, it started out great. I got there. There was a guard waiting outside of the dressing room.
A guard?
They got us in line. We had our own parade all the way to the carriage. I got in the carriage, and there was photographers, videographers, and everyone got ready. And we had our own carriage processional. And I had my bridesmaid, and my daughter was a flower girl, and the little ring bearer. He got to ride in the front of the carriage. And we got there, and there were trumpets, and it was amazing.
Oh, wow.
And people did think it was a show. And a lot of people came and sat down. But then I had, little girls come up to me later, and they were like, "Oh, are you a princess? Can I take a picture?" And it was just the greatest thing. And we even had an owl ring bearer. So the owl flew up the aisle, and it was just amazing.
Oh, wow. So was there a groom?
Of course.
Okay, just making sure. I just didn't hear that. I mean,
No, he didn't know about the Elvis.
He's
I
just
thought it was
winding you up a
pretty
bit.
So if you had to give a suggestion to somebody if they're getting married there, what would it be? Like what kind of shoes to wear, or drink a lot of water, or what would you say?
Oh gosh, well, I mean, of course, water. You don't want to pass out or anything like that, but the weather was beautiful. I mean, we took our pictures in the water garden, even though our wedding was in the basilica, because they're very close to each other, and it just turned out beautiful. We're not rich people, but I certainly felt like a princess that day.
I believe it. That's why I can't believe you could do that there, because it really, the atmosphere there. I'm going to be kind of cheesy, but it's magical. It really is. It really. That's the only way I can really describe it, because you would never see anything like that around here, and it's so. What made you decide to pull that trigger to get married there? Because that's a big decision.
It is a big decision, but you look around and you see people spending I think the average was $30,000 a year last year or something on wedding. It's like, well, that it's like half of a house, kind of. I mean, you look to rent tablecloths, and that's $500 or $600. And we like the Renaissance Festival. We go there every year just because. And I was like, well, let's look into this. And I looked into it. I was like, oh my God, everything is right there, and it's reasonable. So that was really the determining factor.
That's actually what does your husband think of it? Is he just kind of going along for the ride, or?
Oh no, he grew out a mustache and a goatee to look like a pirate. And he did.
This guy sounds cool.
He's awesome.
So I still can't get over this.
I feel so cheap at the moment.
Why you don't have a mustache?
Because my wedding was $150 25 years ago, and I'm still married.
No.
So,
but Texas Renaissance.
Congratulations for still being married.
Well, what's funny is Vee was telling me there's going to be a mass vow renewal.
Yes, it'll be November 15th.
What's that mean, though? What?
A mass vow renewal. So we're not going to limit the amount of couples that will get married at the same time.
Now, Charlotte, would that be something you plan on doing, or is that you have to wait? Do you have to wait to do that kind of stuff, like 10 years, 20 years?
Most people. Well, I've had some people say 5 years, 10 years,
How about
20
every year?
years.
These days, I think every year is probably a good thing. The way I see things.
That's awful.
And the price is for $300. I mean, it is a very good package. And
well, one thing, like with Charlotte on the line, I wanted the thing that's cool about this is you create a memory.
Yes.
And it sounds like Charlotte, you'll never forget it.
No, my guests won't either. I have people dancing around saying this is the best thing they've ever been to.
Yes, I told you that would be a good idea. It's like, I wouldn't even go to the wedding. I'd go to the Renaissance Festival if I got invited to this. I'm like, oh yeah, I was supposed to be here for a wedding, aren't I? And then I'll walk around, try to find it.
He'd be lost somewhere.
Yeah.
Around the back of the horse stalls.
But Charlotte, thank you so much for calling in and let us know that you had a good time with the weddings. I can't believe that it's available. And are y'all? I'm gonna ask Vee real quick. Are you fully booked for this?
Not quite, but I only have just a handful of Saturday times available. I mean, maybe 6 or 8 times left.
So you're looking at next year.
They can still do weddings on Sundays.
Okay.
And I do have some Saturday spots available. We do 6 weddings a day, 10:30, 11:30, 1, 2, 3, and 4. But we are already booking for 16 and 17. So please don't wait. Don't wait for the wedding tours to book your date, because we are filling up very quickly.
Well, Charlotte, you still there?
I am.
Thank you so much for calling in.
Yeah, thank you.
Of
Thank you,
course.
Charlotte.
Thank you guys for having me.
And good luck. Right.
Thank you.
Okay.
Y'all have a good day. Bye.
Okay, bye.
I like how when I say good luck, it sounds like, well, why would you say
Good
something?
lu- good luck.
Like, good luck, like it's not going to work
Well,
out.
see, it comes back to what I
Jerk.
said. Doing the renewal of vows once a year, because these days.
Well,
why
a
is that?
reminder of
Why is
your
that a
love.
taboo?
It
I
is.
feel like that would do that. Valentine's. If that's what Valentine's Day is.
No, it's
Well, that's
not.
what because I was
No,
arguing
it's
with
not.
somebody. Valentine's Day is a relationship check. So it's like either you're still together, you still love each other, or hey, this isn't working out. I wonder how many people break up or get divorced like within 10 days after Valentine's Day. I bet it's a high number just because people are having that little check. It's like, yeah, this
Yeah.
isn't working out.
You could probably find that stat online.
Yeah, we know we do. We just
Dick will be looking for that.
we should just
very
ask everybody
shortly.
we meet.
There we
Like,
go.
how's your relationship with your wife? We're taking a survey for this. It's really important to know this stuff.
Mine is fine. Fantastic, by the way.
Yeah, see, there we go.
That's-
So we got one for
see,
fantastic.
Yes.
Well, mine is too.
20 years.
25 years here, 27 really with relationship.
Well, I'm in my first relationship, and I'm talking to my cousin last night.
He's a baby.
And he goes, so what did you do for Valentine's Day? What did you get her? And I was like, I'm supposed to get her something?
Oh.
And so, Lauren, if you're listening, I'm working on something. It's going to be special. And I'm in your life. That's kind of special, right? And you're in my life, right? I'm just look at Tony. It's
So
like,
work on
here we
that.
go. I'm working on it. Maybe we could do something at the Texas Renaissance Festival. Maybe that. Let's see. New package. How about for makeup? Makeup for being a bad boy. That's what. Do you have that package available at the Texas
I
Renaissance
can work
Festival?
on that for you. Get you out of the doghouse.
What we could do is we could get one of the actors to pretend to be a mugger, and I could defend her. There we go. So that would get me major points. We just never tell her though. So
Right.
I would I beat up a mugger, and she'll
So she's not listeling.
she probably is. I don't know. Yeah.
You
So
just ruined it.
I'm just kidding.
Giving the plot away before it even begins.
Well, V, this sounds like okay. So I want to while we still have you, I want to talk a little bit more about the mass renewal, because it sounds like you get a bunch of people in a room and you just say, "Do you love this person?" and say yes.
You're
So-
just renewing, committing yourself to
Now,
your
is there
partner.
like you said, there's a package deal? It's $300, and what does that entail? Like, do y'all meet in a certain place on the festival grounds, or
Well, right now the location is to be determined depending on how many people we have sign up. It could be in one of our chapels, or it could be, at the arena site, just depending on how many we have sign up. So they would get their entry tickets. They would get commemorative glasses, TRF wine, or certificates to honor the day. And then for the bride and the groom, then they will have a cake ceremony after the wedding is over or renewal is over.
so it sounds like a full day?
And with all the other entertainment going on, yes.
I feel like what you could do is just say, "Hey, you get a ticket to the Texas Renaissance Festival." Now I'm sold. Whatever I'm doing, I'm like, all right, I'm there. I'm like, oh,
Well, that's good value right there.
yeah, you're renewing your
All
vows.
the same.
I'm going to the festival. That's what I'm doing. I mean, I might be renewing our vows. I'll find myself over there eventually, but I'm gonna be walking around.
Yep.
Well, V, thank you so much for coming in and sharing all these
having me.
really cool opportunities for those who are in love and all that stinking stuff. And, it sounds like it from October. Okay, let me get these dates right. I'm going to get these dates. 1 second. I'm going to pull it up. So it's from October 10th through November 29th.
Correct.
And you do have Saturday weddings available. And if you're
Saturday, Sunday.
Sunday, and then that's it.
And then we are also open the Friday after Thanksgiving. So we will have weddings that day as well.
Okay. And then then you have proposals. And so basically what you guys need to do is go to texrenfest.com/weddings and have all the contact, all the pricing, all that stuff is right there. So good luck to those who decide to take the plunge. And I feel just invite me to your wedding. How about that? All you gotta do is just give me a ticket to the Renaissance Festival, and
He's going to be there.
I'm already gonna be there. So
Well, we can
Everyone's.
definitely invite you out so you can see one of the weddings.
Man, that's gonna be so crazy. Here, we're gonna get back to the music. Take another music break here with Dick and Tony on Mornings with Lone Star. Coming up at 9:00 will be the Mark and Cindy
At
show.
10 o'clock anyway.
At what did I say? 9:00?
Yeah, you did.
Oh man, 10:00. Thank you. You can always call in though, 936-647-3776. Charlotte, if you're still listening, thank you so much for calling in and sharing your experience. Sounded magical, which I mean, it can't be anything but magical. I feel like because you're at the Texas Renaissance Festival.
That's right.
So right now we're gonna do some Johnny Horton with "All for the Love of a Girl" here on IRLoneStar.com. We'll be back after this.